On February 8th, 2026, the worship team at Red River Unitarian Universalist Church shared a service called Who Are You Yous?, featuring a video by the Reverend David Schwartz. If you are curious about Unitarian Universalism, watch for a special look. We'll explore the values that guide us, like justice, equity, and a deep respect for the earth, and discuss how we live those out in the real world. Welcome from Red River Unitarian Universalist. Thank you for joining us. The religion we practice in this church is centered in the here and now, rather than the hereafter. It is more of a thinking kind of religion than a believing kind. It is governed more by reason than by tradition, more concerned with the present than the past. It is concerned with getting the most out of life, with living wisely and well. A major aim for us is continually expanding our understanding of life and ourselves. This church is a community of people who share in the free and open search for a level of understanding that will enable us to be more fully and effectively alive. The church does not tell us what we must believe. It stimulates us to think. It supports us in our search. You are welcome to join us. Our centering value is love, with transformation, generosity, equity, interdependence, justice, and pluralism. Announcement, we were doing it on It is not by chance that you arrived here today. You have been looking for something larger than yourself. Inside of you, there is a yearning, a calling, a hope for more, a desire for a place of belonging and caring. Through your struggles, someone nurtured you into being, instilling a belief in a shared purpose, a common yet precious resource that belongs to all of us when we share. And so you began seeking a beloved community, a people that does not put fences around love, a community that holds its arms open to possibilities of love, a heart home to nourish your soul and share your gifts. Welcome home. Welcome to worship. As is our custom, if you'd like to come and light a candle for a joy, a challenge, or just to bring more light into the room, please do so while we sit in stillness listening to the prelude. Please rise in body or spirit for our chalice lighting and spoken affirmation. Our chalice lighting this morning is called Out of the Flames by Sarah Eileen Lawal. Out of the flames of fear, we rise with courage of our deepest convictions to stand for justice, inclusion, and peace. Out of the flames of scrutiny, we rise to proclaim our faith with hope to heal a fractured and hurting world. Out of the flames of doubt, we rise to embrace the mystery, wonder, and awe of all there is and all that is yet to be. Out of the flames of hate, we rise with the force of love, love that celebrates our shared humanity. Out of the flames, we rise. Join me as together we remind ourselves of the affirmation that is a cornerstone of our free faith tradition. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek truth in freedom, and to help one another. We light this peace candle to remind us of all of the places in the world where there is no peace. Please join me in the words. Lead me from death to life, from falsehood to truth. Lead me from despair to hope, from fear to trust. Lead me from hate to love, from war to peace. Let peace fill our hearts, our world, our universe. You may be seated.
We are Unitarian Universalists. We are people of many paths who are brave, curious, and compassionate thinkers and doers. Every day, people are inundated with information, overwhelmed by demands, and pulled by a culture that seeks to divide us from the web of life. Unitarian Universalism reconnects, bringing people together with meaning and inspiration. We are a house without walls, a congregation without spiritual limits, and a movement that calls you to put more faith in yourself, your community, and your beliefs. We are a faith that honors your mind, your heart, your journey. Simply put, we are a guided path towards a better you and a better world. Grounded in hundreds of years of thoughtful religious communities, we are people of many generations, ethnicities, genders and sexualities, and spiritual backgrounds. People engaged in making the world a better place. People focusing on what really matters: love, justice, integrity, and hope. Unitarian Universalists have different beliefs, but shared values. We are Unitarian Universalists, and at the same time, we may also be agnostic, Buddhist, Christian, Hindu, humanist, Jewish, Muslim, pagan, atheist, believers in God, and those who let the great mystery be. The diversity of beliefs you'll find in a Unitarian Universalist community is one of our strengths. We're always learning how to see the world from a different perspective. What unites us are our core principles that uphold 7 real-world values: believing in the worthiness of every person, showing compassion and fairness, accepting others for who they are, growing through a personal search for truth, leading with democratic spirit, working for justice, and understanding that everything is interconnected. 7 days a week, Unitarian Universalists live these principles by doing. When we gather, we worship, reflect, and remind ourselves what matters most in life. Whatever our age, we learn to live with more wisdom, more awareness, more gratitude, and more soul. We show our values by showing up to answer the call for social justice. We have a track record of siding with love for civil rights, LGBTQ equality, immigration reform, environmental sustainability, reproductive justice, racial justice, and more. Find what it means to live your deepest values out loud. Join us on this extraordinary adventure of faith.
Our first reading is A Saving Faith by Megan Visser. Megan's poem is based on her essay in Testimony, edited by Meg Riley. I had dreams about anywhere else but here, but our faith kept me close. I believed I had done something to deserve it. Our faith shouted, no. I tried to imagine it never happened, but our faith reminded, yes, grief is real. I thought I might die, but our faith nurtured my life. I wondered if I was worthy of love, but our faith kept loving me. I found it impossible to forget, but our faith said, forgive yourself first. I didn't know there were others. Our faith sobbed, many. Join now for our time of practices with words, stillness, and music. Our words are from a poem called There Is a Love by Rebecca Parker. It's from a children's book of blessings and prayers. There is a love holding me. There is a love holding you. There is a love holding all. I rest in this love. Our second reading is another poem. This one is called Beyond Borders by Rick Hoyt. And the source is Being Liberal in an Illiberal Age. Why am I a Unitarian Universalist? Go forth, because we are always going forth from somewhere. Going from our homes, our childhoods, going from our cities, our countries, going from innocence to experience to enlightenment. Going into mystery and questions, going into the desert, getting to the other side. Go forth. Leave behind the comfort and community of one place. Head into the anxiety and loneliness of another. Carry with you the love and laughter of this place, and let it light your way. Carry with you the wisdom you learned and the good memories. May they give you strength for your journey. And when you have been away long enough, far enough, done what you'd set off to do, been there so long that place too starts to feel like home, come back. Come back to the one, universal, everywhere and every when and everyone inclusive home. This beloved community of all creation that you can never really leave.
Building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, sisters, we can make such sweet harmony. Building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, sisters, we can make such sweet harmony.
Building bridges between our divisions. I reach
Building
out to
bridges
you,
between our divisions. I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, sisters, we can make such sweet harmony. Building bridges between our divisions. With all of our voices and all of our visions, with all of our voices and all of our visions, sisters, we can make such sweet harmony.
building bridges between our
Building bridges
divisions.
between our divisions. I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, sisters, we can make such sweet harmony. Building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, sisters, we can make such sweet harmony. Sisters, we can make such sweet harmony. Sisters, we can make such. Sisters, we can make such sweet harmony. 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 Sisters, we can make such sweet harmony.
All right, what is Unitarian Universalism? Besides a very long name, besides the name of two historically progressive Christian denominations, the Unitarians and the Universalists, who merged. But what is it? This is a community of practice where we gather to grow our souls, though we understand that word in lots of different ways, and to heal the world, though we understand that work in lots of different ways. That's it. It's a community of practicing people, a community of practice where we gather to grow our souls and to heal the world. And I am so tempted to invite you to stand and sing the hymn, and then we'll be done. But I got to unpack it more. Christian denominations often distinguish one from another by their theologies. What do they believe about God or Jesus or the Bible or how they're organized? But for Unitarian Universalists, there is not a list of things that we all think or do the same way. We don't have a creed or a dogma that we're all supposed to believe the same. Instead, we are united by shared values and a shared journey of personal and spiritual growth, and a shared commitment to do good in the world, and a shared community, because we can't do it all alone. Maybe one way to say that is we share a belief, or try this on anyways, we share a belief that part of the purpose of religious life, of spiritual journey, is to become a person among persons, to become fully human and treat everyone else like that's true too. It's maybe not a theology as much as a style or a way of being, an approach to living. Historically rooted in progressive Christianity, and today largely post-Christian, our heritage, the through line, the thread we've followed for centuries now, is freedom and reason and hope and courage, built on a foundation of love. Love is the power that holds us together, is at the center of our shared values. And we've articulated these shared values in different ways at different times. For many years, we talked about our 7 principles that are on the wall in the sky room. And our 1,000 congregations last June voted to update that language and try and put that same sense in a different way. They said, with love at the center of our shared values, we see as inseparable and interconnected pluralism and justice, transformation and interdependence, generosity and equity. This is a lot of words. I worry always in trying to explain what Unitarian Universalism is. The person who's come here for the very first time today and is now less clear than when we started. Rachel told me the other day, after spending almost 2 years in this community, she says, Unitarian Universalism is much easier to explain after you've done it for a while. Let me take another swing at this. Another way to describe the style, the approach, is to say that we are an agnostic, pragmatic, transcendent, hopeful community. We're agnostic in the sense that none of us has the whole truth. No one of us has figured it all out. It doesn't mean that we have no idea about anything. We have a lot of very definite ideas about a very large number of things, but there's a certain humility. To be agnostic, I mean, in a religious sense, means you're pretty sure that you have not solved the whole problem of existence. You're pretty sure there is not one clear solution that ties the whole thing up for everybody. If you've ever seen a bumper sticker that says, God said it, I believe it, that settles it, and you thought to yourself, that's agnostic. None of us has the whole truth. Our Universalist ancestors liked the metaphor of truth being like the sun shining through this immense stained glass window. And we're on this side of the thing, about 2 inches away from it. And all we see is our little patch of glass, whatever that is. And there's no point in arguing over who's got the whole final picture. There's no point in saying, here's exactly what's on the other side of this. None of us have that whole picture. But we don't have to all have an identical theology to share a commitment to the same values. And that does not mean your theology is not important. But as a community, we do this strange thing of deliberately embracing and celebrating a plurality of theologies. Not singular. God said it, I believe it, that settles it. But plural. A whole lot of people said a whole lot of things. And with compassion and reason and my own lived experience, each of us has to work to figure out what that means for you and then to keep living into it. Does not fit on a bumper sticker, but describes what it is we're about. We're agnostic about this ultimate truth for everyone, but also pragmatic in the sense that we care a great deal about this world that we live in. One Unitarian minister says the test of religion, the real test of religion, the thing that you're looking at to measure, is its effect on the people that it nurtures and the society in which it lives. For a few centuries now, our ancestors and us today, we said, you know what a person's religion is, not by the list of bullet points that they give you, but by what they do with their life. Not by the theology that they talk about, not by something going on inside their heads, but what they give their time and money and attention and focus and their whole living to. Emerson, Ralph Waldo Emerson, one of our Unitarian ancestors, says what a person worships is what a person is becoming. So you be real careful about what you choose to worship. This is a pragmatic tradition in that sense. We care about what we are becoming here and now. We're not about getting people into heaven, but about getting heaven into people. That fits on a bumper sticker. But what that means really is that it's not just justice as an abstract value that we're committed to. We want to actually make it happen, to make that real, embodied, extant in the world. And look, some of us believe and are pretty reasonably sure that life continues on after death, and some of us believe are pretty reasonably sure it doesn't, but all of us believe that this life matters, that this thing we're doing here within and among each other, that this matters, that our work is to treat each other, not just the people in this room, but the whole world, like we're real, like we are people among people. And there's a kind of, not even just pragmatism to it, but an ordinariness to that, a way that this is a very mundane religion that I really like, that it's not just about something that's off and far and away. It's not just about, let's go experience the holy set apart from life, but that our values, our spirituality, our commitment is woven in, happens inside of ordinary time too. For many of us, there's not a separation exactly between the ordinary and the transcendent. But the transcendent is there. We've had or will have experiences of transcending mystery and wonder that don't make sense exactly. These transcendent experiences that we don't try to find consensus among ourselves on exactly what are the mechanics of what's this thing that's happening, but we have these experiences that once felt, once glimpsed in the natural world, in deep conversation, maybe in prayer or meditation, maybe in a moment of music, once glimpsed, once experienced, transform us. When we say that we honor the interdependent web of all existence, sometimes that's a thing that we sort of think our way into, but sometimes that's a thing that happens to us. It's not chosen, it's felt. And once you know in your bones the belovedness of each person, once you've had that experience, your hope and prayer becomes what Emily sang to us: fill my days with blessed unrest and my night with dreams of justice. Make me a vessel for the turning of the tide. The transcendent and the mundane go hand in hand. Because you get to bring, you should bring, you're supposed to bring your whole lived experience into this journey together. In this house, you get to be all of who you are and discover that too. And that's not just about all like the good, bright, positive. In this house, you get to be hopeful and despairing, because those are both facts of life. You get to be uncertain sometimes and unambiguous other times. You get to be all of what it is to be a person. No part of yourself left behind. That's the work. To be who you are and to keep on growing into who you're becoming. And in that sense, it's not a tradition that's pessimistic or optimistic. We don't think things are all going to be fine for all of us, or they're all going to go badly. This is a hopeful tradition. It says the plausible is possible. It says the way things are is not the way they have to be. Not for the world, not for ourselves. Injustice is not inevitable. Pain is not the whole story. Grief is not the final period. This is not a tradition for only when things are good and we are well. This is a tradition that says despair is real, dark nights happen, suffering exists unanswered without reason or justification, and that all of that, every bit of that, is what it is to be a person in the world. None of that gets shut out. You're not supposed to leave some part of the experience of being human outside of these walls. All of that comes in, and it's hard work being a person. And it matters how we are to each other and to ourselves along the way. We say sometimes you're beloved exactly as you are, unconditionally. And you've got some work to do, because of course, we all do. How would your heart change if you told yourself and really believed I am beloved exactly as I am, and so is everyone else. That you're worthy of love, not bad or broken, not too much, not enough, that you are beloved exactly as you are, human and hurting and hoping, and there's nothing that you have to do to earn that. We are an agnostic, pragmatic, transcendent, hopeful community. From time to time, people tell me things like, I'm the only one of my friends who goes to church, and I don't know how to explain this place isn't weird. To say I go to a church that says everyone counts and matters and actually means it, and then invites us to spend the rest of our life working out what demand that places on each and all of us. A community that doesn't require me to believe things that seem clearly wrong or impossible, that doesn't require me to leave some part of myself or experience outside, but welcomes it all in, every bit of it. My friend and colleague, Reverend Mark Morrison Reed, writes, the central task of the religious community is to unveil the bonds that bind each to all. There is a connectedness, a relationship discovered amid the particulars of our own lives, the lives of others. And once felt, it inspires us to act. It assures us that we're not struggling for justice on our own, but as members of a larger community. Alone, our vision is too narrow to see all that must be seen, our strength too limited to do all that must be done. Together, our vision widens and our strength is renewed. All of us, travelers together, following the shared compass heading for our lives that each of us are trying to figure out on our own, getting together, comparing notes. How is this? How is this for you? Where are you going? What have you seen? Pilgrims, travelers together. Amen.
It is time for giving. It is through our pledges and designated cash we support this church. Undesignated cash is divided between the Texoma Family Shelter and the Earth Day Texoma. The bowl awaits, or you may donate online.
anyone ever tell you you are anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you are less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your love is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How deeply you're connected to my soul.
We're remaining seated for our closing thought this morning. As our closing thought is, please enjoy this First Unitarian Church of Salt Lake City. They're going to present a musical self-parody called Modern Unitarian. And it's set to the melody of Gilbert and Sullivan's I Am the Very Model of a Modern Major General.
He is the very model of a modern Unitarian. He was born Romanian, so don't call him Bulgarian. He's also not from Budapest, Ukraine, or Lithuania. He probably is the coolest thing to come from Transylvania.
I am the very model of a modern Unitarian. I'm here because I've lived so long, I'm now octogenarian. With 50 years attendance, I'm a very senior resident. Although I'm better looking, I am older than the president.
Although he's better looking, he is older than the president. Although he's better looking, he is older than the president. Although he's better looking, he is older than the president.
We're educated, cultivated, liberal, and turning gray.
We all like Shakespeare, opera, ballet, and we all drink Beaujolais.
We're all egalitarian and we're humanitarian. We are the very model of a modern Unitarian. We are the very model of a modern Unitarian. We're ethical, sustainable, and also vegetarian. If you would like to join us, it would not be so regrettable. We have a lot of recipes and some of them are edible.
We are the very model of some modern Unitarians.
Our masters of theology have made us seminarians.
We never preach damnation and we don't have a confessional.
We're open and inclusive, and we're also quite professional.
They're open and inclusive, and they're also quite professional. They're open and inclusive, and they're also quite professional. They're open and inclusive, and they're also quite professional.
We're always looking for new ways to make the world a better place.
The Utah politics ensure we often fall down on our face.
We're all egalitarian and we're humanitarian. We are the very model of a modern Unitarian.
Yellow.
I am the very model of a modern Unitarian. Devotion to the evidence has made me a contrarian. If you're the optimistic type, believing everything you read, consider that a friend like me is just the very thing you need.
I am the very model of a modern Unitarian. I'm coming out the closet and confessing I'm a thespian. I realize the second line does not rhyme with the rest of it. But being gay in Utah helps you learn to make the best of it. But being gay in Utah helps you learn to make the best of it. But being gay in Utah helps you learn to make the best of it. But being gay in Utah helps you learn to make the best of it. While driving in our Priuses, NPR gives us our news.
Mind your P's and Q's, for some of us are LGBTQs. LGBTQs. Some of us are homosexuals.
Now I invite you to rise in body or spirit for the benediction and extinguishing the chalices. Our benediction words this morning are Our Calling in the World by Rebecca Savage. We have come to the end of our service, but not our calling in the world. We close our time together with humble reminder that justice and equity are our spiritual practices to embrace. Each day, every day, we are blessed to be the embodiment of what is possible when justice and equity ground us in all that we do. May we go forth with the light and warmth of our chalice in our hearts until we are together again. Please join me in saying the words to extinguish our chalice. We extinguish these flames, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Go in peace, return in love.